I want to give a talk about an event that started actually down over here, um, in this crack right here, or maybe over here. The plates started to move, and the plates actually, here's the plate right here. You can see the plate kind of moving through here. I guess that's the plate, right? And around 20 million years ago, these plates started to move. And as a result of these plates moving, they were widening this ocean and also creating this Red Sea on there. As a result of the plates moving, what happened was Gibraltar was pushed together and landlocked. Um, and around 6 million years ago, this all kind of was, well, 20 to 10. I think this event happened before. It doesn't make sense that it happened that late. I think it happened earlier. So let's say it happened around 10 million. They're saying 6 million, that they're saying that the desalinization crisis was 6 million, 5.9. So we can say this got locked off earlier, and the water level started to go down. All this became land. This is where I grew up in Palma. This is, and rabbit was able to move. Big bold bunny rex, some big rex rabbit, was found in Minorca, Ibiza. Where's Minorca? Is that Minorca? Is Minorca? I didn't know those islands were there. Mallorca. Where's Minorca? Oh yeah, that's Minorca. Menorca, not Minorca. Minorca. They found some rabbits, and the rabbits basically was able to basically run and populate this whole area, because as this area dried out, there's basins. Now all of this got closed off right over here, and the water here's Sicily. Where's Sicily? And this huge ridge down here, right? You see it's deeper. This is a kilometer deep ridge, and all of this dried out. So when the water came back around 5.3 million years ago, 250, 2.5 kilometers of cubed, right? So 2.5, 2.5, 2.5 of water, right? Flooded in here, filling this entire basin here. And then what happened was it got locked off here, right? So you can see the channel. You can see the channel that it built, right? So it got locked off here, and then this channel came down here, and it poured over this ridge here, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger, like 5 kilometers wide, and all this water came pouring in here, filling this whole area, just rushing in. Remember, this would have been a higher basin. Boom, tremendous amounts of force and power, filling this whole area, and building up, building up, building up. Now, understand that this area here would have been locked off by sand and everything. So this whole area would have built up, built up, built up. All the water would have flown into the Black Sea, and and then this, look how shallow it is, right? So it would have built up, built up, built up, and through here you can see the ridge line, right? All this is sand that's filled in. But the Red Sea, the Gulf of the Gulf of Suez, right? The Gulf of Suez would have connected right here. It would have connected, and probably more so. Looks to me like, looking at the map, the terrain. Actually, it looks like it would have gone in this area here, right? It would have, this whole area would have become this big old funnel, right? There's lots of water and stuff poured here. I wonder if I can see like 3D map. What's 3D? Oh, nice. Cool. How do I move? I can move. I want to move. Why can't I? Minus. Okay, you can see that actually we can come in and see the contours, right? So you can actually see where the water would have come flowing in. Actually, this is all sand drift right here, right? Why can't I move? How do I move? I want to move left and right. Fly to your location, 2D. All right. So you can see how level this is, right? So all the water would have poured through here, these higher areas. You can see all these areas would have poured, just create this massive sieve in this area. All this water would have just flooded in here. And why can't I move the map? What happened to my map? Why can't I move it? Trying to figure out. I want to. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Okay. My right key button. All right. 3D. Is there a shift key? Ah, shift key. Shift is the movement key. All right. All right. So now we can do 3D. So looking at this map here, all right, really looking down the globe here, you can see how probably the water probably hit here. Remember, all this water hit here, and it probably came down right here, and also right in here, okay? And so these two amounts of water flowing in down down this area. Trying to get low down. Trying to see the and let's swing it around. So this water now is this huge, probably 200-meter high water. It's just flying down these this area here. Yeah, this massive wave, tens of meters high, right? It's coming down here, flooding. This would all gotten flood. This is the Dhaka. This is where they thought, right? This would all got wiped out. All of this would have been just flooded over as all this Atlantic power would have come flying into here, right? Flying into here, coming down. And you can actually see the river. I think this is part of the the water stream, right? Wouldn't you think this is part of the water stream? This big old this etch in here, just the water pouring down. Look, that would have been the main wave. These scars. I don't know what that is there. Look, scar there. This is I think that's the rift. The that or some sort of underground pipeline built there. Flying down here. All right, coming down here. Boom. And this is the split. This is the other fault that spread in between, that started to spread the continents, and all this water would have come all flowing down here, right? And here's the cape. And it would hit along here and just rush down the side here. And you can see how shallow this water is, right? It's not deep at all. And you can see the flow of the water, the Atlantic water flowing in through here and cutting through here. And then these are here's the islands, right? You can see the elevation. And you can see how at one point this was all land here. And before it was etched out, this is all connected here. All right, and here is this has all been connected. This has all been connected as part of the peninsula. You can see the Gulf Peninsula, how it would have been all connected in here. All this would have been land. And probably these ridge lines, right, part of the formation. Wish they showed the depths of the water. All right, and the mountains in here, the Habir Mountains, which would have saved it. The water would have flown all over this, and this would have been land. All this would have been land. Okay. All this would have been all, you know, remember this is 1,000 meters. This is not deep. This would have been a lake area here, right? And then here you are. Here is the first of the Ouroboros Isles right here. This would have been an island back in here. If you look back here, right? If you look at the same height as all this would have all been out of land. And here is and this is only 40 meters underwater, and all this would have been exposed. Here's some more of these isles in here, and here's the big one. This is I thought Atlantis, eroded over time, seafloor, silts, and everything else. And here's the tectonic. I guess that's the tectonic split, right? Looks like a tectonic split there. On there. So you can see these isles that right here would have been the isles in here. Specifically this one right here. You see this one right there. And you can see how they were connected. Imagine the water is 1,000 meters deeper. I mean shallower. The Messinian made all this whole area basically go water. All around the world, water went down by 500 meters. But right here, here's island here, and these isles here is what I'm saying is where it happened. And there's the other isles here. These isles here, these would have been isles, right? When these may have been accessible, right? This would have all potentially been new space for the for the Kadabba to develop. And then what happened was, so this was 600,000 years. It would have been like the Dead Sea. Then this flood comes down. Here's the wash this away. It brought all this water back, probably over a 2-year period. All these islands got cut off that were there. These land. There may have been land up here. All this could have been land. All this could have been potentially land. I don't know how deep all this. That looks deep. Those are crust things, but definitely right in here is where I'm looking at. And like I said, it's like 40 meters. This is 40 meters. Imagine 1,000 meters down. And it would have been over 600,000 years. This would have been grass and really arid, really salty, and our ancestors growing up in this area would have adapted. So they adapted here, right? It got cut off. Then the MSC happened, and it reestablished, so they can now move around. So you have the this is the Kadabba, right? These are the our common ancestors between the apes and the great apes and us. And then they came back, and when it got cut off again, a bunch of them, they had 600,000 years to grow and live in all this area. This was their area, right? They would have been, And then finally, when water came back, they were forced onto land. and they you know, they followed. I mean, the coast was all the way down here, so I think this would have been the coast. All this would have been the coast. There's probably isles. All this was probably available, right? All this was available. How much of this, I don't know, but this would have been the coast, and all of the evidence of is on the probably on the water, and they came down here and then followed rivers, you know, um, into the Congo and established. Right, there was rivers that flowed into here, over in here, Ethiopia. There was those, and this lake right here is where you find those fossils. So all of this area here was perfect for the evolution. So a little overview of the events that happened using, you know, Google Map. I thought, you know, like maybe all this water rushing in, all right, and look at the land here. Like all this water would have come splashing into, you know, slamming into here, causing the massive. These are all mountains, right? So this would have stopped it, right? Boom. It would have gone in here, and water would have flowed in here, right? But the water flowing, there's a lot of hills there, hills there. It would have been natural barriers, right? So all down here is there's actually natural, and here I think this is where why the water, right? Right here, you can see it. So this is high, and the flood again. This is 6 million years ago, slamming down here. There's massive amounts of water coming in here, hitting up on here. Right, this would have forced the water south. In here, though, the water would have gone right through this whole. Look at all this farming area here, right through this area, hit here, hit these mountains, and gone down this low area right here. Boom! There's that high things just flowed down here, flowed down here. All of this stuff would have gone right in here, flowed down here, flowed down here, connect to here, right? And the it would have entered into the Dead Sea. So you had water flowing down here. It would have flown down here. There's a bunch of fisheries, right? Little fish farms flowing into here. Okay, flowing all the way down here. It would have followed this here. There's mount. Right, look, see the mountains there, flowing into here. All this flowing right down in here, here, spread out all in here. This water, look, there's high grounds there. Look, all this. This would have maybe all been a result of the water. You see how how all this land is kind of broken up, right? That and probably over time, sand, right? Looks like and there it is. Actually, no, you can see it right there. The water comes here, all the way down here, connects to here, right? And the Gulf of, so that Zanclean would affect the income flowing down into here, right? Again, you'd have water coming into here, so you'd have water coming in from both sides. Both these waters would add more waters as it would just flow down here, which would have been emptied. It would have just been grasslands or whatever the thing was like. It would have been just a little water flowing. This would have been the water flowing down, probably, if there was this water, dry, Dead Sea-like. So, paints you an image, an idea of what it was like, and the Zanclean mega flood happening. So hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and read up. I have other videos on Easter Island ape hypothesis, which basically says that this big event here is what cut off these islands down here, right? These islands here, and that had been all emptied out. This was all probably land. All these high points here were probably land. And we evolved because radical evolution happens on land. It does. I mean, on islands. It doesn't happen on land. Us developing blubber doesn't happen from us coming down the trees. Us, developing all this stuff has to happen on an island. That's where radical evolution happens, and you can look at, and the research supports that, from birds of paradise to Galapagos turtles to Ulsus moechi, the giant hornets that I have done documentaries on Smithsonian and other things. It's islands, and we had to have evolved on an island because of a lack of space. We evolved into fishing. As a child, I could sustain myself. As a 5, 6, 7 year old, I could find food on the beach, dude. I'd know where the crabs were, know where the sea urchins were, um, and that's how our life would have been. Life's a beach on there, and then we would have moved back. Thanks for listening. You take care.